Welcome to Flash CS6 Tutorial 35, Maze with Animation. When you finish these 3 tutorials, you'll make a maze that's animated. By that I mean you can see how the walls here are changing sizes. And the idea is to use the arrow key to move up and down. If I hit the walls, I start all over again. If I hit any wall, I start over. My goal is to miss the walls. I got to make sure I can make this turn. So while this is expanding, then I can come out. Oh, I went too far. Try it once more. While this is expanding. Oh, too far again. I'm going to wait this time till it gets way up there. Now scoot across, and the techniques you have right now in this video show you how to make this wall, and this wall expand, but you'll be able to make all these walls expand. When the little fella gets to the end here, I'll do something here to show you. He's the player. I'm going to just put him right here for a minute. Control, test, movie, test. When the player reaches the end, it says you win. But anytime you hit a wall, you go back. The first video doesn't have the walls moving, and you're just restricted to stay on the path on the first 2 videos. But once I added the flexing in the walls, then I decided to send the guy back to the start position. Going to start by opening a new FLA. Make sure Action 3 is selected. I'm going to go with the width of 700 and a height of 450 each, keeping the white background. Picking my line tool. The line tool uses the stroke, so I'm going to click on the stroke and select a bluish color. There it is there. You can make it any color you want. That's my line tool. And I'm going to make this fit the window. Hit my line tool, and I want my stroke to be 30. And I'm suggesting you use this size to make the first one. And I'm just going to use a bunch of straight vertical and horizontal lines like this and make my maze, the path part. So I'll show you what I have. And there's my maze. And it doesn't matter that you're going off the edge here, because that doesn't get seen. Anything outside of this white area called the stage doesn't get seen when you publish them. So that doesn't matter that they're sticking out. So that's on this first layer here. Let's call this the path. Lock that layer. We're finished that layer. The next thing I want to make is the player. So select that layer, insert layer, call it player, P-L-A-Y-E-R. Select the first frame. I want the rectangle tool right here. If you're seeing an oval, click the corner right here and select rectangle. I want black here for my stroke, and for my fill I want some color down here in this pinkish area. Go up here to about 2%, so I can see any part of the maze path. Make sure I got that player frame selected. Make sure I have my rectangle selected. Go up here, click on that rectangle again, open the properties panel. We're not seeing a rectangle, so we have to draw a rectangle. It's not going to be any good, I know that. Open the properties panel, and I want this to be 1, the stroke of 1. Now I can delete this. Now I'm ready to go with my rectangle tool. I have that pinkies for my fill, and I have a stroke of 1, and holding my shift down, I'm making a little rectangle. Select the rectangle tool, hold my shift down, and make a little rectangle. Pick up my selection tool. Two things. I want to get that arch in the middle and make a little arch like that. I want to get that right angle thing and just pull that in a little bit. This one I want to pull in a little bit, try to make it symmetrical. And I'm going to put a little arch here. Go and pick up my oval tool, click there, oval tool. I went black here for my fill and black for my stroke. And I'm going to hold my shift down and make two little eyeballs. There it is there. Selection tool, get that fuzzy square, right click, copy it, right click, paste in place. Click on it and drag it over. There's one eyeball from my little thing. And oops. Highlight it, get those crosshairs. And there's my two eyeballs for my little character. Pick up my selection tool, highlight them, make sure you get everything highlighted. Get that crosshairs, right click. Convert to a symbol. Make sure movie clip is selected here. Column player, Player, shift underscore MC, and copy that. Click OK. Open the properties panel. There it is, player movie clip, and up here, paste it in for an instance name. If you're going to write code, you need an instance name. Let's put this back down till it fits the window. And we can drag this little guy and put him down here where my starting block is going to be eventually. Lock the player, insert layer, call it ActionScript AS. And here we're going to do a whole lot of type, a whole lot of typing. And let's look at it. We're starting off by making 4 variables. Variables are just a piece of memory, a place where we can change values, check, test for this, test for that, allow us to do things. So VAR turns purple. Right, R-I-G-H-T, capital R, colon, Boolean. Boolean is a math that's used in logics, true, false, and nots and nors, that sort of thing. Capital B-O-O-L-E-A-N, that turns blue if it's spelt right, equals false. So that means it's equal to a 0. F-A-L-S-E, small f, that turns blue, semicolon. Copy that, paste it in, change the word right to left, paste it in again, change the word right to up, paste it in again, change the word right to down. So we got 4 variables that's going to say up, down, left, and right, or right, one of those. So we need a listener. Stage, S-T-A-G-E, small s turns blue, period. Add event listener. Small a, capital E, capital L, that turns blue. Open bracket. It's a keyboard event. Capital K-E-Y, B-O-A-R-D, capital E-V-E-N-T, period. That turns blue, period. Key underscore down. Key underscore down is all uppercase, so you have to hold your shift down for all that. Comma, and we're calling this down key, and I like to have a capital here. It's just me. Down key, that's the name I'm going to call this function we're making. Close bracket, semicolon. Function, F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N, turns purple. You can copy that key down here and paste it in. Open bracket, event, small e, V-E-N-T, colon. You can copy this keyboard event and paste it in. And there's a close bracket for this function section here. There's the open curly bracket for my function, and as you start to type, this curly bracket will be there, and because there's one here, one will be added down here for you. So as soon as you start writing this if, you'll see that all of a sudden one of these closed curly brackets will appear. We're going to say if, and what this is doing, this function, is just telling me which key has been pressed, which arrow key. So if, open bracket, event, E-V-E-N-T, that event turns blue. If is purple, the same color as function. Open bracket, event, period, key code, small k, capital C, that turns blue. equals equals, two equal signs. That's mean we're testing to see if it's 39. 39 is the key code for the right arrow key. Close bracket. There's the open curly bracket for the if. And as you start to type this word right, this closed curly bracket probably comes in for you. RIGHT, that's these Boolean one right here. We're saying RIGHT equals true. So we're making it true, so it lets us know that we pressed the right arrow key. So equals true, TRUE, small t, turns blue, semicolon, close curly bracket. Copy that, paste it in. Change the 39 to a 37 here, and change the word right to left. Paste it in again. Change the 9 to a 38 from 39. Change the word right to replace it with the word up. Paste it in again. Change the 39 to 40 and change that word right to down. So now every time we press one of those arrow keys, we're going to make one of these variables true. And here's how we're going to use them down here. Now, we also want to be able to make them be false when the key has been released. So if you want to go up here, let's start this in groups. Copy this. Right click, copy it. After this, close curly bracket. There should be two of them here. After this one, put an enter in, paste it in. So it's going to stay stage, add event listener, keyboard event, period, key up, instead of the key down that we had up there. And we'll make this up key, capital U P. Make this up key, capital U P. Now, here, make it, change the word true to false. Change this word true to false. Change this one true to false, and this one true to false. And again, you should have two closed curly brackets. Now we're going to show you how to use these. Stage, period, add event listener. Open bracket, event, capital E, period. All this, enter underscore frame, all uppercase capital letters. Turns blue. Comma, calling this one loop, capital L-O-O-P. Function, L-O-O-P, close bracket, semicolon. Now we're calling it the function up, function, loop, capital L-O-O-P, open bracket, event. You can copy this word event and paste it in with a capital E. Close bracket, there's the open curly bracket for this function, and way down here is the closed curly bracket for this function. If, open bracket, right, equals true, close bracket, that would be true if up here we pressed the key 39, which is the arrow key that's pointing to the right. It would have made that variable true. Back down here where we were. If open bracket right equals true, close bracket, there's the open curly bracket, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to do two things. First of all, we're going to say player underscore MC, that's the little movie clip guy, that little player, period X plus equals 4 semicolon. So we're going to have them move. Right now, write this line in and we'll explain it to you. Player underscore MC period, go to and stop, small g, small t, capital A, capital S. That turns blue, as did this X turn blue. Open bracket 10, close bracket semicolon, and there's the closed curly bracket that may have already come in for you for this if. Copy that, paste it in, change the word from right to left here. Okay, all the rest stays the same except right here, make this plus a minus. So that's going to turn us left. And change this 10 to a 30. Paste it in again. Change the word from right to up. And now this time, make sure we're talking about the y-axis, not the x. So change that to a y. This stays minus equals 4, as it already should. No, you have to change this minus. Make this a minus, not a plus. And change this 10 to a 1. Then go down and paste it in once more. Change the word right to down. Change the word x to y. And make sure we still have a plus equals 4. And change this 10 to a 20. Now, let's do something. Let's comment that one out. 2 forward slashes. Comment that out. Comment that out. Comment that out. So we wrote a lot of code. Let's just see if this code works. First thing I want to do is click here. Auto format. If there were some obvious code problem, it wouldn't let me do that. And this is checking the syntax. And if there was an obvious error, it might show you that. Back to my timeline, back to my action code. Go up here to control, test movie, test. Hopefully there's no errors. And if I use my arrow keys, I can move my mouse up. I can make them go right. I can make them go up or down. And you could, if you wanted to, say, there's my maze. Thank you very much. And that's the end of your video. That's up to you. So now let's go and look at this code here. So I'm just getting rid of those forward slashes. I'm bringing that code into play. Okay, I know what these codes are. Let's go to the library, click on the library, and there's the little mouse guy. Double click on that. Now we're inside that movie clip. This is on frame 1. And let's make sure he's pointing up. That's good. That's where we want it. Go up to frame 10. Insert a keyframe. Now on frame 10, I want him to be looking to the right. So go up here, get this free transform tool. You see all those dots? Get till you get that arch and make it go like that and lock in place. So that means when we are going to the right, we tell it to jump to that frame 10. He'll be pointing to the right. Go up to frame 20. Insert a keyframe. On frame 20, we want him to be going down. So get that arch circle with the arrow, pull it. Now he's pointing down. See that? Go up to 30, insert a keyframe. Now we want him to go to the left. So on frame 30, arch it again, bring it back to there. And that's it. From frame, there's he's facing up, there he's facing to the right, there he's facing down, and there he's facing left. So let's go back to scene 1. Let's go back to the actions panel. And that's those codes there are telling us to go to those frames and stop. So let's test this out. Hopefully no errors. And there he goes. Oh, you see how he was facing the wrong way? Let's do that again. Control, test movie, test. Yes, we got to have a stop. Look at him, he's just going around circles. Go back to that player movie clip. Lock that first layer, call it a player, P-L-A-Y-E-R. Insert a layer, call it action script, AS. Select frame 1 and select frame 1, open the actions panel. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked it so much. Put in stop, S-T-O-P, open, close bracket, semicolon. Now it should work. Control, test movie. There he is. If I press the up arrow, he goes up. Right, he faces right, faces down, right, up. So that's good. There's naturally going to be a follow-up to this. It'll be Flash tutorial. It'll be Flash CS6 Tutorial 36, Maze with Animation, Part 2. If you plan on doing that second tutorial, make sure you save your FLA. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.